gynecology.
Yeah.
There's basically Huffington Post did an article because they started to say, why are there so many male gynecologists, right?
Yes.
And
we all know.
I
mean, I'll tell you why there are. Because when you're a 10-year-old boy, only 10-year-old boys do this thing. 10-year-old girls do not do this thing.
Sure.
Right? That's the answer.
Well, they think there might be some sexism involved, and that's why girls aren't being...
But it's like this is one of the dumbest arguments I've ever heard.
I love it. So this gynecologist explains why there's so many men in the profession. Well, it's a little of a boys' club, the gynecology thing, right?
I get, but like I've never heard that, to be honest. Like every woman I've known has a female gynecologist.
No, it's like when you go to the gynecology wing of the university, it's just like a bunch of dudes like chest yeah, they're all smelling... They're all smelling.
They're all lined up, and one guy is just walking along. And they're all like to compensate for heights, like the shorter people are all on like apple boxes and stuff. So it's just like their noses are on one strip, and the guy just walks.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it. What's the password? Pussy.
Yeah. Oh, beer helmets on, like the fucking beer helmets.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like such a boys' club at the gynecology wing of the dorm. Is this the gyno dorm?
When you get your fucking degree, it's just like a high five, like an attaboy. No shit, no handshakes, right? It's just like, and then maybe like a cool.
The dean gives you the dean gives you a high five.
You both shotgun a fucking beer,
and then everyone's got like I Heart Pussy t-shirts on. That's what I think it is. You know what I mean?
I think so.
They only have like for food at their parties. They only have like clams and tacos.
Yeah, like very like they do not give up this bit ever.
It's all pussy everything all day. So when the girl walks in, what are you guys talking about? Nothing.
Penises.
Oh yeah. Then she walks in. All right. I'll just see. All right, I'm gonna take off if you guys aren't partying. And then she closed the door. The guy just falls down from the chandelier.
He's hanging over his dear life and totally naked.
He's totally naked. Yeah. He's got like they all got pussy hats on, but for the wrong reasons. One reason will blow your mind. I'll tell you this thing first. Dr. Mitra adds that women could also still face sexism in the workplace, though that is changing, and acknowledges the issues she has to raise also face women outside the medical profession. One reason will blow your mind, and it comes down to hand size. So one of the things that they're saying, you need to get the digits in there. You know what I mean?
I think she was talking about the tools.
She says the tools were made for a man's hand.
But that makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
Because you're like, what? So women, because first off, there are lots of women, and then I'm sure there's lots of small-handed men.
Of course. It makes no sense that they're just...
but like, how do you get to the point? Like, so what? Guys are like choosing their specialization, or women choose their specialization. I want to be a gynecologist. And then, so they're now in this like program. And then that's when they're figuring out that they can't use the tools.
Yes.
So they're all dropping out. Yeah. Hey, why didn't anybody tell us that all these tools are made for guys?
It makes no sense, right?
Yeah.
And kind of one of the things that they started to get into is they were like, also when people are choosing their profession, the gyno school is like harder and more technical, and women actually prefer like the less
surgery, and there's more surgeries involved, which is more of a man thing.
Yeah, they were kind of like describing it like that, but it is funny. Just choosing your major is sort of funny. Like the idea that you're on your last day and it's like, what are you choosing? Like, gyno, and that's everyone's ole.
I've always been under the impression that most gynecologists are still women.
Doesn't sound like it.
Yeah.
Gynos probably, they probably hate the guys who are like dick doctors. They're probably like, look at the gay boys. Imagine you were the gyno frat and then the dick doctor frat comes like moves across the street. They must hate each other. Look at these gays.
So I just had to look this up. I'm sorry that I didn't look this up in advance. I just Googled percent of gynecologists male. There are over 22,658, which is a very specific number, OBGYNs currently employed in the United States. 85.2% of all of them are women.
So what are they even talking about?
I don't know.
So Huffington Post says gynos...
But it's the Huffington Post. We're fucking hooked in reading the Huffington Post slop right now.
Well, they literally said there needs to be more female gynos. And
it's like it needs to be 100%.
I mean, to be honest, I kind of do agree that it should be 100%. It's just
Probably.
so weird. Like, to be honest, when I go to a dick doctor, I to some degree would rather a guy, even though that's gay.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he knows.
It feels weird to go into the. I told you the one time I went to the doctor's office to get Viagra.
Yeah.
'Cause remember when we used to fucking, and we used to sell it too.
Yeah, back in Toronto.
But anyways, I was like, the boys needed a batch, right?
Yeah.
And we had our guy that we used to go meet in the parking lot in Markham, and then people would have to drive.
Peace.
Oh, no.
Oh,
one of the Viagra dealers did die.
Yeah.
And he was also another drug dealer. But there was this other guy that did counterfeit Viagra, and it would be like 10 guys were in on it, and you drive to Markham, and someone would get a shipment for the whole squad, right?
Yeah.
Show up with like $400 and meet this guy in a sleazy parking lot.
You guys are all like taking little samples in the parking lot to see if they're good.
Right. Yes. And then
He goes,
let me wait.
I'll
wait.
You wait. You just wait there. He goes, so.
Why don't you try some too?
Yeah.
I want you to trust it.
Or why won't you try it? And then you're all just sitting around there hard cocks being like, all right, I guess it works.
Yeah, it's bizarre, right?
Weird.
But sometimes when it was, short supply or no one could come through, someone would just go to the doctor.
And go and pay full pop.
And I've probably done that like a couple times. And the one time I did it, and I got a girl doctor, and the first time I was like, you have to do the whole thing. You go, I just like, I don't know. I've been like with my chick, I've been like sort of having trouble like getting it up. Like I've heard of this thing called Cialis or I don't know. Right. And then this woman, like I've done this, 3 times. Every single time the guy's just like, yeah. What do you want? Like you thinking Cialis? You thinking Viagra? Like you dirty dog? Like literally the doctors are like that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're going to take 2 if you really want to give it to her. But this doctor,
gonna feel sorry for this, bro.
You want the milligram? You want her walking? You want the walking funny special? Legitimately, well, Paul, it's his favorite, probably the funniest joke of all time. This is his bit, but he went to the doctor and he goes, how many girls he had sex with in the last little bit? And he was doing the test with this guy and he goes, I don't know, like, a few. And he goes, different girls? And he goes, yeah. He goes, like, nice. And then, no, that was something like that. That's the funniest part. Then he goes, in all girls or girls and guys? And then he goes, yeah, just only girls. He goes, attaboy.
Attaboy. See, that's why you can't have. That's why chicks need to be OBGYNs.
And then this doctor, the female doctor, I was like, yeah, and I don't know. I guess maybe it's stress at work. And he goes, have you considered talking to her about this? Like,
that's what the chick said.
And I was like, I just really. I feel like this might be something to try. One of my friends told me about that, and he goes, it's always best to like have communication with your girlfriend. I go, this is why you can't be a fucking
You're like, do you have a supervisor I can talk to?
Yes, honestly, is there a man I could talk to? And I got off to the wrong foot because she came in and I go, I'll wait for the doctor, and she goes, I am the doctor. I go, fuck, I'm cooked.
Yeah,
I'm
You're
fucked.
leaving empty-handed.
I'm fucked.
You're leaving empty-handed on that one.
I ended up getting it, but she made me jump through so many.
She gave you
hoops.
like 2 of them.
She probably didn't give me a lot.
Yeah. Because I remember that was the thing too. You're like, yeah, they give you 2, and you're like, it's not even worth going.
It's not even worth going. I got 9 guys waiting for this shipment. I'm gonna come in. I go, boys, the shipment's a little light.
Boys, grab the pill cutters.
I can't tell 9 fucking guys with dates tonight that the shipment was light.
Yeah. Because we're gonna have to split this up.
I remember even at the time because this is 6 years ago, so I was doing stand up and stuff. Yeah. I remember being in her office, being like, "Well, this is a bit.
At least we got something out of this."
Have you tried just communicating with her? And it's like in my head, I'm just like, "Fuck you!
Yeah.
Get me a male doctor."
Yeah. But they don't. Yeah.
If I was a female doctor, if I was a female and I was getting a new gyno and a man comes in, I would hate that.
Yeah. Most women don't want to do.
It's weird.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about the one guy in Italy or whatever, who was like tricking all the women into having sex with them and stuff. Remember that one dude? You're like, it just.
So Huffington Post won't be happy until there's another 15%, but theirs is for sexism. It's just like the only answer is like, yeah, it's just kind of weird.
It's kind of weird, which I don't think anybody disagrees with. The only people who disagree with it are the guys who are gynecologists.
Of course.
They're like, what's weird about? Nothing weird about what I'm doing.
You're gonna fucking pry that pussy out of my cold dead hands.
Yeah, I just love.
That's even weirder than they're saying the tools are too big. If it's like 85%, is even funnier.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
This could also be down. Okay, so gynecology is a slightly more surgical specialty compared with obstetrics, and surgery has always been a slightly more male-dominated area, which again appears to be not quite true. But it says, which can be tricky if you're trying to juggle training with having a family or working part-time, and it isn't always easy. So I think what happens is when you want to get this job, there's kind of like a grueling obstacle course of vagina. Like when your final test,
it's just like a bunch of Venus flytraps, like giant, like Mario style, like huge ones, and you're just like, and then eventually one just eats you, and you go wah wah wah. You got to start from the beginning.
The speed you have to pass the speed gyno test, and they wheel in 9 girls with their legs up on the stirrups, and you have to be double handing it like.
While putting on new gloves for each one, it's just very technical.
You have to fucking you're holding tools in your mouth.
Yeah, it's all like just.
You got the light on your forehead. This guy just did nine
flawless. There's like 2 fucking announcers. It's on ESPN 9.
Oh, this guy he's really getting in there. Oh, it's 3 fingers. I've never seen this move before. All the girls are fucking coming.
Yeah, it's absolute mastery.
This is the Clam King, ladies and gentlemen.
The king of clamps.
The Sultan of Slits. This man is
Dr. Ryan Long.
Dr. Ryan, the Sultan of Slits. I've never seen anyone put down numbers like this.
Oh, fuck. Can I...
He is the Putin of pussy.
Yeah, well, anyways.
Women this man is a whole hero. I got a couple more in me to make up for my bad Ron DeSantis nicknames.
Yeah, Ron the Con.
We cracked it with Ron the Con.
Ron the Con. Ron the Con.
All right, you give me a euphemism for vagina, and then I'll come up with the second part.
A euphemism for a vagina?
Like a
snatch.
Snatch is good.
Snatch is good.
Sultan of Snatch. Sultan again.
Sultan.
This guy is Sir Snatch-a-Lot because he does not stop, ladies and gentlemen. Boys and girls, whatever she had wrong with her vagina is a thing of the past.
That yeast infection is long gone.
Ladies and gentlemen, they call him Don Yeast Be Gone because... Long gone silver is what that yeast is going to be when this guy comes through.
This guy's going to be opening up a bakery with all that yeast.
Yeah.
All right, that's just
all right. Give me one more.
Snatch. I don't know. What do we have? Snatch, slit, vagina, poontang, cooter.
Oh yeah, cooter. Yeah. This man is the king of cooter. This guy
is the Sultan of Oh.
Yeah. He's never met a cooter he couldn't clean out.
He has a full power washing rig on.
And he's got time to spare. Ladies and gentlemen, he's eating an apple. He is in no rush.
Cuts to him. He's just reading a book.
Yeah,
he's so confident.
It's the tortoise in the hare type of thing, right? He's so
having a tea.
Yeah, and then the one girl that has the family, so she in part-time job. She's working overtime. This guy's
she looks at her watch. The money in the meter just ran out. She's
she's gotta go to the meter.
This thing's going on.
Whereas this guy's just crushing it. You know what I mean?
He's got the baby on the front and the back. He's just drinking some tea, being rich.
The king of gooder, ladies and gentlemen. One more.
Yeah.
Okay.
One more.
The cat.
Punani?
Yeah, this is
the Prince of Punani.
Yeah, this is yeah, definitely.
The Prince of Poontang.
This is the Prince of Punani.
Surprised Punani's really lasted throughout the...
We like to call this guy Prime Minister Punani because he is not stopping.
He is not stopping.
Whatever these girls came in with, they are not leaving with. He's cleaned this thing out. They call him the Liquid Death. Because ladies and gentlemen, people in the industry call him Liquid Death because whatever's wrong with their pussy is featuring. It's going to be up for a quick demise. He's done 9 vaginas. Well, the girl hasn't even opened up her first stirrup.
He goes, that was a nice callback because we are sponsored today by Liquid Death.
Yeah, we are also sponsored by Liquid Death.